Namaste and a warm welcome to Taking Flight. Unlocking investment opportunities in Karnataka, aerospace and defense sector. We are honored to have esteemed dignitaries, industry leaders and experts join us today to explore the vast potential of Karnataka's aerospace and defense ecosystem. Let us take off on this exciting journey together and discover the opportunity that awaits us. It is our esteemed honor to welcome all the dignitaries on stage. Please help me to welcome on stage Dr. S. Selvakumar, IAS, Principal Secretary to Government, Department of Commerce and Industries, Government of Karnataka. Please help me to welcome on stage Mr. Anshul Gupta, Partner, Boston Consulting Group, India. Please help me to welcome our moderator and panelists for today's seminar. Our moderator, Sri Udayan Toby Malhotra, CEO and Managing Director from Dynamic Technologies Limited. And our speakers, Sri Apparaf V. Mallavarapu, Chairman and Managing Director from Centum Electronics Limited. Please help me to welcome Sri Chandrasekhar HG, Founder and Managing Director of Sasmos Head Technologies Limited. Sri P. Balaji, Group Head, GRC and Corporate Affairs from Air India Limited. Help me to welcome Sri Binu Krishnakutti, Managing Director from Collins India Operations Center. And also help me to welcome Srimati Anantika Kaushik, Partner from Cyril Amarchand Mangaldas. Ladies and gentlemen, and all the dignitaries present on the dais, it is our esteemed honor to welcome Dr. S. Selvakumar, IAS, Principal Secretary to Government, Department of Commerce and Industries to the Government of Karnataka. We are privileged to have him present the welcome address and to set the context for today's seminar. Please welcome Sri Dr. S. Selvakumar.
Good morning, everyone. Distinguished delegates, industry leaders, and esteemed guests. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to this special session on investment opportunities for aerospace and defense manufacturers in Karnataka at Aero India 2025. We gather at a transformative moment for India's aerospace and defense sector, and Karnataka stands ready to lead this transformation. India's defense sector is undergoing a historic shift towards indigenous manufacturing and self-reliance. The Ministry of Defense import embargo on 208 defense items signals our nation's commitments to domestic manufacturing. The military modernization program's requirements for 180 combat jets, 400 helicopters, and approximately 100 UAVs and 2025 onwards present unprecedented opportunities for manufacturers and investors. The civil aviation sector shows equally promising prospects. The Ministry of Civil Aviation's vision of 2040 envisions expanding our airport infrastructure to 190 to 200 operational airports. The Indian government's strategic focus on developing India as an aviation maintenance hub, supported by GST reduction from 18% to 5% for MRO services, creates additional opportunities for investment and growth. The defense budget allocation for 24-25 at rupees 6,21,000 crores represents a significant 7.1% increase from the previous year. This robust allocation, comprising 12.9% of the total national budget, reflects our nation's commitment to strengthening defense capabilities and supporting indigenous manufacturing. In this national context, Karnataka's position is uniquely advantageous. As the first state to announce a dedicated aerospace and defense policy, we have cultivated a thriving ecosystem that continues to attract leading global players. Our vision is both ambitious and achievable. We aim to attract investments to the tune of 5.5 billion, that is Indian rupees 45,000 crore in the aerospace and defense sector, creating 60,000 new employment opportunities. Bengaluru, our capital city, exemplifies this potential. As one of India's fastest growing airports for both cargo and passenger traffic, it presents substantial opportunities for MRO operations and ground support equipment manufacturing. Our strategic location, coupled with our robust infrastructure and skilled workforce, positions us perfectly to capitalize on these opportunities. The MSME sector remains central to our strategy. These enterprises form the backbone of our manufacturing capabilities, and we continue to support their growth through targeted initiatives and policy support. Our emphasis on ease of doing business, backed by an industry-friendly policy framework, ensures that investors find a welcoming and supportive environment in Karnataka. As you explore investment opportunities during this session, you will discover that Karnataka offers more than just infrastructure and policies. We offer partnership in growth. Our track record of supporting aerospace and defense industries, combined with our vision for the future, makes Karnataka the ideal destination for your investments. I encourage you to engage actively in today's discussions and explore the numerous opportunities our state offers. Our team stands ready to assist you in making your investment plans a reality in Karnataka. Thank you for your presence here today and welcome once again to this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. S. Selvakumar, sir, for your insightful welcome address and for setting the tone for our seminar today. May I now request Dr. S. Selvakumar, IAS Principal Secretary to Government, Department of Commerce and Industries, Government of Karnataka, to welcome the dignitaries by handing over the bouquet. I request sir to please hand over the bouquet to Dr. Selvakumar, sir, and welcome him firstly to the program. I also request dignitaries, heartily welcome to the seminar once again. Mr. Anshul Gupta, partner from Boston Consulting Group, heartily welcome to you, sir. Our moderator for today's seminar, Shri Udayan Toby Malhotra, CEO and Managing Director of Dynamatic Technologies Limited. Heartily welcome to you, sir. Shri Apparav V. Mallavarapu, Chairman and Managing Director from Centum Electronics Limited. Shri Chandrasekhar HG, Founder and Managing Director from Sasmos Head Technologies Limited. Heartily welcome to you, sir. Shri P. Balaji, Group Head from GRC and Corporate Affairs, Air India Limited. Shri Binu Krishnakutti, Managing Director from Collins India Operations Center. Heartily welcome to you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the woman panelist, Srimati Anandita Kaushik, partner from Cyril Amarchand Mangaldas. Thank you, sir. Now, we humbly request our esteemed dignitaries and other respected guests to kindly light the lamp and inaugurate the seminar. Thanks to all the dignitaries present on the stage of the stage. It is our pleasure to welcome Mr. Anshul Gupta, partner from Boston Consulting Group, India, BCG, a renowned expert in the aerospace and defense sector, to present on the investment opportunity available to manufacturers in Karnataka.
Good morning, everyone. So, given the ongoing global geopolitical tension which we have been witnessing, whether it is Russia, Ukraine, or Middle East, I think the need for self-reliance for India is more than ever before, right? In order to catalyze the aerospace and defense ecosystem development, the governments have a major role to play. And not just the central government, but the state governments have equally important role to play. So in this context, I wanted to share the industrial infrastructure, ecosystem, and policy support being offered by Government of Karnataka to the A&D players. So this is a quick snapshot of how attractive Karnataka as an investment destination is, whether it is being top achiever in ease of doing business, or the logistics ranking, or the India Innovation Index. You can also see the consistent ranking of Karnataka in FDI and exports as in top 2 in last few years. If we look at different sectors, then across sectors, Karnataka has a leadership position, starting with aerospace and defense, where Karnataka commands about 65% share in the total exports which go out from India. And if we look at the other sectors which have a close linkage with aerospace and defense, then we look at machine tools, where Karnataka has about 52% share. We also look at electronics design, given the strong synergies with avionics. And we also look at R&D centers in the aerospace and defense, where again Karnataka has more than 400 R&D centers. So the 6 key offerings which make Karnataka differentiate when it comes to aerospace and defense. The first one being a dedicated aerospace and defense policy, which was launched in 2022 and is valid for 5 years, which gives attractive incentives to focus sectors and other core sectors. And I will talk more about the incentives which are being provided. Then there is readily available industrial infrastructure and ecosystem in the form of high-tech aerospace and defense parks, which are right there, as well as the SEZ in Belgavi. There is also availability of skilled workforce, given the presence of aerospace and defense professionals in Bangalore, and then connectivity to the key demand centers, the revamped processes for ease of doing business, and availability of a good social infrastructure. So if we look at the Karnataka ecosystem, about 25% of the India's aircraft and spacecraft industry is in Karnataka. About 2/3 of all helicopter and aircraft manufacturing for defense services is done here. And on the right-hand side, we see a good mix of private players which are present in Karnataka, be it global players like Airbus, Boeing, Collins, Raytheon, or the domestic players like Dynamatics, Aegis, Centum, Sasmos, as well as we see the strong presence of DPSUs, be it HAL, BEL, BEML, DRDO, ISRO, etc. Now, this is how a deconstructed aircraft looks like, and this is a narrow body aircraft. So we see that the center part of this, which you see in green color, light green color, is fuselage, right? And if we look at multiple components, be it frames or panels or doors, fuselage doors, cargo doors, windows, etc., are all right now getting manufactured in Karnataka by Karnataka-based players like Aegis, Dynamatics, Mahindra Aerospace. If we look at the wings, which you see in blue, the winglets or flaps, etc., again, this is being done in Karnataka and exported to Airbus, Boeing, and multiple other global OEMs. Similarly, if we look at the pylon, nacelle, again, that is being done in Karnataka. So lot of parts of aerostructures get manufactured in Karnataka and exported world over, right? And hence, 70% of India's suppliers in aerospace and defense are located in Karnataka. This is again a value chain view across aerospace and defense. If we look at power systems and propulsion, for example, engine and engine components, again, Rolls-Royce and Safran are doing R&D. Both of them are large global players in engines. HAL is also doing the engine components in Karnataka. The electronic components or avionics, right? We have Centum and Sesmos. Hydraulics manufacturing is being done by Dynamatics. If we look at structural and mechanical components and aerostructures, then we covered how composites, seats, and different components of aerostructures are being done in Karnataka. Now, on the right-hand side, you see the end manufacturing or OEM, right? It is there in drones as well as in the aircraft helicopter space. So HAL is doing end assembly of their helicopters. H125, which is a collaboration effort between TASL, Tata Advanced System Limited, and Airbus. The end assembly of those H125 helicopters will also now will be done in Karnataka. If we look at specialized space-related technologies, then there are very promising startups. For example, we have Pixel, who are into LEOs, low Earth orbit satellites. They do hyperspectral data imagery using the LEOs. We have Bellatrix, who are building water-powered ion propulsion systems for satellites, right? And we have many more. We have Nopo, who's building a single-walled carbon nanotubes, which is very strong. So hence we see that across the value chain, right from R&D to components is being done in Karnataka. If we look at MRO, then Air India is setting up a very large MRO for their aircrafts at Bangalore Airport. Magellan Aerospace is also going to set up an MRO. Lockheed Martin is going to set up an MRO for their defense planes. So this is a quick view of the industrial infrastructure which is there in Karnataka. There are dedicated high-tech aerospace and defense parks in Devanhalli, adding to up to 2,000 acres, where we see majority of the players which we discussed on the previous slide have their facilities in these parks. Boeing has set up their second largest campus outside US, over 45 acres in this park, right? And then there is an SEZ focused on, again, exports of aerostructures, which is located in North Karnataka in Belgavi. Now, coming to the Aerospace and Defense Policy 2022, 5 key focus subsectors have been identified. One is the end assembly of aircrafts and helicopters for OEMs. Then we have MRO, then space technologies, avionics, and then we have composite manufacturing and advanced manufacturing 3D printing. So there are attractive incentives which are being offered. For focus subsectors, it is a combination of capital subsidy. There is 20% capital subsidy on land as well as plant and machinery. Along with that, there is 1% PLI for 5 years. And all these subsidies are over and above the Government of India subsidies and incentives. For other core sectors, which is mainly aerostructure components, there is PLI which is being given, which is in the range of about 2%. And given aerostructures is a less capital intensive and high revenue generating, the 2% PLI is quite attractive when we compare this with other states. In terms of skilled talent pool, we have PhDs, chip designers, 10,000 plus aeronautical engineers in Karnataka. And there are multiple institutes of excellence. So there is a Center for AI and Robotics. There is Central Manufacturing Technology Institute, Center for Nanosciences. So all of these have strong synergies and implications for the aerospace and defense industry, and hence they produce good quality skilled professional, which then can be leveraged by the A&D industry. Now, if we look at the social infrastructure, then be it schools or golf courses, or if we look at the overall quality of life of standard of living, Bangalore and Karnataka is quite promising. So with this, I would like to conclude my presentation, and I would encourage all of you to explore Karnataka actively as you think about the A&D specific opportunities in Karnataka. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anshul Gupta, for your outstanding presentation on investment opportunities for aerospace and defense sector in manufacturing in Karnataka, which was both informative and engaging. Ladies and gentlemen, now moving forward for the panel discussion, I request Selvakumar sir and Anshul Gupta to please take over the seats. Ladies and gentlemen, with pride and privilege, help me to welcome and invite our moderator and distinguished panelist for a thought-provoking panel discussion on investment opportunities in Karnataka's aerospace and defense sector. Please join me in welcoming our moderator, Sri Udayan Toby Malhotra, CEO Managing Director, Dynamatic Technologies Limited, which designs and builds highly engineered products of hydraulic, automotive, aeronautic and security applications. He is also a CIA National Council member and chairs the CIA National Committee on Design. His outstanding contribution in the field of technology and innovation and his dedication service to the nation is remarkable. Please put your hands together for our moderator, Sri Udayan Toby Malhotra. It is my privilege to introduce our speakers for today's seminar, Sri Apparao V. Mallavarapu, Chairman and Managing Director from Centum Electronics Limited. Mr. Rao holds master's degree from Daltech University in Canada and is also a Ford Foundation Scholar and has completed his Harvard Business School Presidential Program. Founded Centum Electronics Limited in the year 1993. Under his leadership, Centum has grown globally. Centum customers are Fortune 500 companies, including prestigious ISRO and DRDO. Please put your hands together for Sri Apparao V. Mallavarapu, our speaker. It is my privilege to introduce our second speaker for today's seminar, Sri Chandrasekhar H.G., Founder and Managing Director of Sasmos H Technologies Limited. He is a creative entrepreneur with enterprise in identifying business opportunities, designing effective resolution packaging, including growth prospect startups opportunities. Mr. Chandrasekhar, he was globally recognized by International Biographical Center at Cambridge as part of their leading scientist in the world in the year 2010. Please put your hands together for Sri Chandrasekhar H.G. It's my privilege to introduce the next speaker, Sri P. Balaji, Group Head, GRC and Corporate Affairs from Air India Limited. In his current role, Mr. Balaji is driving governance, compliance, culture, and risk awareness at Air India, evolving process for managing, mitigating, and reporting risk. Over the years, he has served for Tata Group, Vodafone, Nokia India, and Sony Mobile. He has held senior leadership positions in startup and turnaround ventures of Tata Group, Ericsson, AT&T, Lucent Technologies. Please put your hands together for Sri P. Balaji. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker, Sri Binu Krishnakutty, Managing Director of Collins India Operations Center. He holds bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering and master's in manufacturing from BITS Pilani. At Collins, Mr. Binu Krishnakutty is responsible for strategy, operational performance, continuous improvement, future factory and growth initiatives. He was also instrumental in setting up 3 greenfield facilities for Danhar, Shendur and Collins. Please welcome Sri Binu Krishnakutty. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me to welcome our women panelists for today's seminar, Srimati Anandita Kaushik, partner Cyril Amarchand Mangaldas with over 15 years of experience. Ms. Kaushik specializes in corporate law, private equity, venture capital, mergers and acquisitions, transaction across varied industries including defense and aerospace, e-commerce, manufacturing and retail and SaaS. In recent years, Ms. Kaushik has been working with several IDEX and TDF awardees and also assisted growing India players to reach listing status. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the seminar and it's over to our moderator, Sri Udayan Toby Malhotra.
Thank you very much. So we have a very distinguished panel here with representatives that are, represent the leading companies of their kind in India, and they're all based and have a deep presence in Karnataka. So I'd like to request Balaji, if you can say a little bit about what you do in Karnataka, what your company does, and then we'll pass it on to Anandita.
Thank you so much, Toby. I think it's a delight to be here among all of you, distinguished attendees to this seminar and to the distinguished panelists. Air India, part of the Tata Group, we say that the airlines has come back into the Tata Group. The Government of India and the Tata Group decided in 2022 that we need to privatize it, get into creating not just a national icon to resurrect a national icon, but to actually create a national inspiration. And with that perspective in mind, we put our mouth where basically we said we're going to make huge investments. We made an investment first for about 570 aircraft already, and that number is going to be counting. After having merged 4 airlines in a record time, we now have 300 aircraft that fly across the length and breadth of the country and beyond. We figured out that if we need to have such a large fleet, then we also need to make sure that we use the talent in India to basically build the entire aviation ecosystem, because that's the call for the hour. And with that in mind, we've decided that we'll have 3 hubs. The southern hub is going to be Bangalore, one in Mumbai and Delhi, which are the other ones that we have. And so Bangalore is a big investment area for us. We've decided that if we need to have a large fleet size that needs to basically serve the customers of the country and the citizens of India, and for overseas people coming into India for business or for travel, then we need to have a very strong MRO presence. And of the various places that we looked at, we zeroed in on Karnataka and in Devanahalli with the support that we have from government, represented here by Mr. Selva Kumar and many other senior officers of the government and the political leadership. And we've decided to set up a MRO center here. We did the groundbreaking ceremony already. We expect that it will be ready, state of the art, for doing both narrow body and wide body by May next year, moving at a very fast pace. On top of that, we're also going to set up an AME, which is the Aircraft Maintenance Engineering Academy, which also is something that we believe is an important thing, because if we do not develop local talent, given that the huge talent base we have in Karnataka and in India, then we would have lost an opportunity. So that entire ecosystem is what we're doing. Besides, there are other elements that we are looking at, which is including the Flight Training Academy. That's another state in the country, but Karnataka MRO and maintenance engineers, which is going to be the heart of our entire fleet and the way we run it safely and meaningfully for all our citizens. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Anandita Kaushik. I'm a partner at Cyril Amarchand Mangaldas. I'm part of the aerospace and defense practice at Cyril Amarchand, and have also been part of general corporate matters, private equity, M&A. Cyril Amarchand is India's largest law firm. We have 1,000+ lawyers. We have offices across India. Bangalore actually is our 3rd largest office with over 300 lawyers based here. As far as work done on the legal side, we advise clients on their entire life cycle of investment, right from boots on the ground, incorporation, getting industrial licenses in place, all the way to export facilitation, joint ventures, foreign investment, integrity and anti-bribery issues, import substitution, indigenous content aspects. Basically, we support our clients in every need they may have in this sector. Particularly, Bangalore and Karnataka is especially important for the A&D sector and for us, because it gives a beautiful mix of the DPSU ecosystem as well as the startup industries, which are bringing innovation, collaboration, and a lot of movement and development to the aerospace and defense sector. So Karnataka, for that reason, is particularly important for us.
Thank you, Balaji and Anandita. May I request Binu, would you please tell us what your organization does in Karnataka? Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Toby. And good morning, everyone. And thank you for the opportunity. So, Binu, I lead operations for Collins in India. And we have 3 large manufacturing facilities in Bangalore. And I think we should do a better job of giving input to Anshul next time, because we are the largest A&D player in the country, as well as we are part of RTX, which is the biggest A&D company in the world. So coming back to Karnataka, I believe we started small with humble beginnings some 25 years back with just 7 people. And today we are the biggest in the country with 7,000 plus people between Collins Aerospace, Pratt & Whitney and Raytheon Technologies. And we make a wide range of products, around 75 different products we make in our factories in Karnataka, in Bangalore. And just to name a few, almost 70% of evacuation slides that go into an aircraft is made out of our Bangalore facility across the world, and not just into Collins. Around 40% of the cargo products that you see in a commercial aircraft is also again made out of our Bangalore facility. Finally, almost 60 to 70% of the lighting that you see, both exterior and interior lighting in an aircraft, is made out of our Bangalore facility. In addition to that, we make seatings, we make actuation systems, we make avionic products, and we are continuing to grow at the rate of 25 to 30%. And this would not have been possible but for the visionary leadership of the government of Karnataka, Mr. M.B. Patil, Dr. Selvakumar, and Gunjan Krishna. They've been testimony of entrepreneurship. They have helped us to kind of upgrade our systems, upgrade our factories. And just to talk a little bit more about our journey in terms of building our engineering centers. We have a engineering center in Hebal, which is again hosting close to 3,000 plus engineers. My colleague Sashi is here in the audience. So we design everything from the tip to tail of the aircraft. That's the biggest capability that we have brought to the table for Karnataka again. And as we speak, we have 2 interesting milestones that are about to hit us. We'll be inaugurating our engineering lab next month, which is a state-of-the-art engineering lab, which will test every subsystem that goes into an aircraft. And we are going to put up the largest aerospace manufacturing facility in the private sector domain, close to the airport. And again, thanks to the government of Karnataka for providing us land, incentive, and all the support. And we look forward for that inauguration in the next couple of quarters. So it'll be an honor to have you, Dr. Selvakumar, along with the minister and the industry commissioner. In addition to that, we have also built a supplier ecosystem in Bangalore and the country. So I spoke about $500 million portfolio in the country between our manufacturing and engineering operations, which we export across the world. In addition to that, we have developed a supplier ecosystem of 150 million, 80% of which is out of Bangalore and other regions of Karnataka. And again, this would not have been possible but for the support that we have got from the government. And I believe the next 3 to 5 years are going to be even more interesting and enterprising as we continue to invest more in the country. And we are also exploring MRO. We have been discussing with our counterparts to make sure that we are a competitive destination for MRO as well. And we will be able to announce something in this regard after a couple of quarters. It's at an nascent stages of the business case. But overall, it has been a very inspiring journey for us. And our vision is to be a billion-dollar company in the next 3 to 5 years. And I'm hopeful with the support of the government of Karnataka, this vision and dream will become true. Thank you.
Incredible, Binu. What an amazing story. Nobody knows what goes on behind those closed doors, but it's really incredible what companies like Collins, Bangalore, and Karnataka are doing in the world of aerospace and defense. Appa, may I request you, please?
Good morning, and it's a real pleasure to be here this morning. Centum Electronics, we are about 30 years old, and we are basically into aerospace and defense. 60% of our business is in that, and 80% of our revenues come from outside the country. Whatever we do in India is all defense and aerospace, but as a company, overall, we do about 60%. I obviously started the business in Bangalore, and what do we do today? We actually design and manufacture the products. So we start from scratch, and we are a pure electronics company. And the kind of products that we do typically is electronic warfare systems. For example, the Rafale plane that the Indian government just bought. We build the complete electronic warfare suite and also the radars. And we actually build them here in Devanahalli, and it goes all the way to France. And of course, it's not only for the Indian market. Thales, which is our customer, buys this for across. And of course, the Dassault is the final integrator. So that's the kind of work we do. As a company, we've always indigenized product. One is, of course, manufacture, but we also have a very strong 650 design engineers, just do design. And to me, I think that's something that's very, very important. We are also in space. I think we talked about Pixel. We are the largest electronics space partner in India, whether it's Chandrayaan or any of these things. Right from the year 2001, we've been in space. And so space is another great, important area for us. And of course, ISRO is in Bangalore. That's where we started our journey on that part. So we, in terms of business, we export to 17 different countries across the world. Like I said, 80% of our business is outside. We do products for missiles. We do products for aircrafts. All electronics again. So it's been a great journey. And of course, I'm a local boy. So that's how we are here. And thank you. And I'll give it to Chandra. Thank you.
Thank you, Appa. This is actually one of our real incredible champions. Every satellite that we've read about, when we put our Chandrayaan on the moon, there's a very significant amount of the work that happens in Devanahalli. So it's a testament to the capabilities, again, of Karnataka. And with that, may I request Chandru, please.
Thank you, Toby. First of all, just to give a perspective of our company, Sasma Security Technology, I started only in 2007. Before that, I was working for almost 22 years to different MNCs. And then while I was working in MNCs, like what actually my friend said, actually it's a great opportunity as a destination as India for many of their absolute requirements in terms of cost, quality, and delivery. But I want to mention one point here that we need to have, which made me an entrepreneur, is the Karnataka, especially the Bangalore and the Karnataka, the Audarya is a thinking which we have, is the best reliable, ethical way to work for an aerospace and defense sector for the entire globe. This is where I would request people to come and invest and get their returns absolutely clear, that actually we commit to their returns. This is the first thing. So I would urge all the opportunities in this particular place can be taken by the MNCs or actually the opportunities of the outsider as an export from here. But the basic thing is Karnataka can really completely give the best returns to them in an ethical, reliable way from quality, cost, and every perspective. This is the best way to do the business. So this is where I request everyone. But coming back to SASMOS, I really would like to say that 2007 I started this because one of the belief was there behind is there is a lot of knowledge and then capabilities of our Indian way that we can really build an Indian company which can really create an opportunities to the world. So today actually we started with wiring because actually everybody thinks that wiring is a very easy job. But I can tell you guys basically is wiring in aircraft is the most difficult category of the criticalities in the world of our aircraft, because any one small wire, if it goes off, your nerve system of the aircraft is gone. So this is exactly where I started the journey with respect to actually taking the most critical and highly skilled labor requirements and then highly engineering oriented job in a manufacturing sector. So this is exactly there where we started working. Today I'm very happy to tell you, we do as a strategy, we went ahead and then we said, we have to touch every defense country in the world. Today, SASMOS is there in Israel, France, UK, US, and then except Russia. This is what we do. So basically, and every customer in every country, we are more or less touched. That means in France, we are doing it for Airbus, we are doing it for MBDA, which are major customers in that particular place. We are also doing it in Israel with Rafale, IAI, Elbit, and Elta. All the four, we really work for them. And then if you really look at in US, two major customers, one is Boeing, one is actually our friends in Lockheed Martin. Very difficult to get entries, but basically because of your reliability and the concept of engineering, that you could bring the scalability in India. See, one of the best part in these kind of opportunities is across the globe, there is a limited resource, but whereas in India, it's an abundance as long as management and leadership is absolutely committed to make them successful and build them out. This is the major advantage that we wanted to take. And today, if you see, SASMOS is almost having 1,700 people working across on the wiring and the electronic systems assemblies. This is what we do. And then we really expanded because this is a business which cannot be in one place. You need to have a front end. So like I followed some of these guys. Of course, I can take the names like Toby and then also actually Aparav, because you have to be there close to customers. And this is exactly what I did. I went to UK. In fact, today actually I'll tell you 45 UK nationals works for SASMOS. I'm very proud of it with a very great quality and then delivery that we are giving from there. During the COVID times, we picked this company. And then today it is almost double its revenue, part of UK, being in UK, doing business in UK. So why I am stating this is, see, here is a set of entrepreneurs, here is a set of professionals and capable people who are available. I think as a management, as an entrepreneur and an investment, it's the most important ingredient to take a risk and put up ourselves and go across to growth. So this is exactly what I think this is the theme and the requirement, and Karnataka is on the top. Already our Secretary Saab said 60% is going from there. Intention is to make it unique, and 100% is this particular program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chandru. Truly remarkable homegrown company, which is all over the world in great programs. So what we've seen is a bunch of really great world-class homegrown companies. It's really amazing to know that RTX started in Bangalore with just 7 people. But also what's interesting is, all of us know Air India. And all of us saw Air India as our national treasure, and over the last 10, 15 years, saw it get decimated with the private sector growth, with better products. And so we are really proud to see it back in private sector hands, and the story of Tata's investing in Bangalore as part of its rejuvenation. Also, CAM is India's leading law firm, and it's known as a Bombay-Delhi firm. So it's really interesting to know that 30% of their lawyers are now in Bangalore, and that really is a testament to the power of the city. Because if a city is economically, technologically powerful, then you will have a large number of lawyers. So there you are. So I'll just ask a question, and maybe I'll answer it firsthand because we have limited time. And at a very personal level, what makes Bangalore special to us? So I'll answer that first. I came here when I was 20, and I met my wife, who's Bangalorean. I'm not from here. So that was the first most important thing for me. I love the lifestyle here. It's a beacon for the rest of India. It's got a great lifestyle. You've got everything that we talked about. But most importantly, the public-private sector trust that was alluded to by many speakers. And Chandru talked about this ethic. I want to say this. You go to a party, evening event, a play in Bangalore, and what makes it very different is you'll find private, government, military, all of us as friends sitting together socially, which normally doesn't happen in a lot of other cities and states in India. And these are buckets that negotiate with each other. And I think that osmosis that is so natural in our beautiful city makes us so successful. And I'd like to thank the government for that today personally, and of course on behalf of us. So Anandita, you are, if I can just ask what Bangalore is at a personal level, and if you can just, because we're running out of time, we can just make it a personal level.
Thank you. So I could speak about, at a personal level, the weather, the culture, the easygoing nature of people here, which are all factors which make this city a very positive place for me to come to every time I visit. But I think for particularly the sector, I think, Toby, what you picked upon is the most important aspect. I think the easygoing nature of the people here helps in reducing red tape, helps in ease of communication across channels, and that leads to much quicker action and collaboration. So we've seen, I think there are several states currently competing for being front runners in aerospace and defense. Bangalore, Karnataka has been a market leader, and I think what I like most about Karnataka in that sense is that with the competition from other states, I'm seeing Karnataka treated as a race to the top rather than a race to the bottom. And I think that is a true testament to why this state stands apart.
Thank you so much. So I started my life with Tata Administrative Service, and I had the opportunity to set up a small startup, which is quite big now, called Tata Elxsi. With that, Whitefield was the place that I had the opportunity to work very closely with the Tatas with that and the IT park. I got married here, quite like you, and so I have very fond memories of our first 7-8 years in Bangalore. My small contribution to Devanahalli was only that at that time when Tatas and Singapore Changi Airport were looking for a place, and there was conversations going on. There were two places that came up then, Dodbellapur and Devanahalli. I was part of the Tatas and the KIADB team of Mr. Karola and Mr. Gokul Ram then. And the government, we finally identified Devanahalli as the ideal place for not just an airport, but for developing the whole ecosystem. So I have very fond memories of this place. And even though I've had to shift with work to outside Bangalore, there's a part of me which will always be here. I have the deepest friendships. To your point, Toby, there are people that I know from across the, the spectrum of life more than work. And it's just an incredible place of very talented people and a fabulous, should I say, moral and professional fabric, which just makes me, personally very attached to this place. Thank you.
Thank you, Balaji. Binu, please.
Thank you, Mr. Toby. I think most important part is the culture of the place. Because this is my second tenure in Bangalore. I worked across the country, but I was here some 15 years back. Did a stint with GE for almost 5-6 years, but again traveled across the country. But what makes it special is the culture of the place, because it's a place for everyone, right? People can party, people can be spiritually connected. It accepts every kind of person to kind of live in this place, which makes it very unique. But from a business perspective, what makes it more attractive is the spirit of entrepreneurship and the spirit of innovation. And to Mr. Balaji's point, the ability to have great talents who continuously learn, right? So if you think about Goodrich as a company, we didn't grow from 7 to 7,000 just by chance. It was by continuous learning, through continuous resilience that we kind of learned with this place. But this place did help us to be creative, experimental, and also grow along our journey. So I believe we started with humble beginnings, but today we have started designing the products, and we have also started developing suppliers. The next step in the value chain is to have the raw material suppliers based out of Karnataka. So Dr. Selvakumar, I think if you see the ultimate maturity of aerospace aerospace in the country, I think it's all about having aircraft grade aluminum and steel getting manufactured out of Bangalore. I know that some companies like Sarloha and Sunflag have already started the first step in the country. But I believe Bangalore has got a good opportunity to lead there as well, which makes it a complete package of everything that could happen in the domains of aerospace, defense, and space. So really want to thank for all the support until now, and looking forward to more.
Well, like I said, I'm a local boy, so this is home for me. I lived away from Bangalore for some years, but came back. And what does it mean for me? More from a business side rather than because personally, obviously, it's a great place. I think 2 or 3 things. One is the ecosystem that is here. I think one of the most important things is, for example, I'll just tell you. I was a startup many years ago, and you get into trouble. And we had .com bust, if you all remember, and didn't know what to do. And of course, there was ISRO. So we went to ISRO and we said, hey, can we do something for you? And the rest is history. So again, same thing with Bharat Electronics, or the ecosystem of the customers around and suppliers is just phenomenal. And like I said, we have customers across the world, and the first stop they normally make is Bangalore. And why? Not because of us. It is because there are so many other companies that they work with. It just makes a lot of sense. And I want to tell you this. This is a very old story, but it's very profound, to me at least. We were doing business with an American company way back, and we were the only supplier for that company. This is way back in 97, 98. And I get a call from them one day saying, Rao, we really like you, but I think we have to stop doing business with you. And I was like, a small company, and it was really terrible. So I said, what did we do wrong? He said, hey, you didn't do anything wrong. The problem is this. The problem is you are the only supplier that we have in India. You're the only supplier that we have to come to India. And China, we have tons of them. So the supply chain guys do not want to do business with you because it's too much trouble. So the importance is not just about who I am, it's about the ecosystem that exists. So today, the story is very, very different. So people are happy to come to Bangalore, and we are happy we are here because it's just that there's just huge ecosystem here. So the point that I'm really trying to make is it's not just about one company, it is about how the whole ecosystem develops and how the clusters develop for the good of your own business. So that's number one. The second, of course, is human resources. I think it's amazing that what we have here. And of course, we have a great history, whether it's the public sector units or the research labs that we have, NAL or IASC and so on. That really gave a lot of start. And then, of course, it builds, good things happen and success beat success. So that's the second thing. And the third, I think, this is a little, I must tell you, I'm a local boy, Indian company, not very big, at least at one point in time. And we always felt that, well, we are not given importance by the local government, right? If a big multinational comes, they'll say, yeah, come on, guys, let's talk. And your local guy, who are you? Rao. Where? Centum. Okay, come tomorrow. And that was how we felt. And we said, what is this? But I must tell you this. Today, it's a very different story. I'm sure I know because I do work with the Karnataka government trying to help set up appointments elsewhere in the world with large companies, which they do a great job. But I think the big difference today that I see is how they treat domestic companies. So you don't have to worry that importance is given only to a multinational large company. They'll listen to you, they treat you well, and you are as important or sometimes even more important because we are local. So that's a big change, and I think that's something that quite honestly, a small story, we were just talking about it outside. I had some issue, I needed something done very quickly, sometimes stuff like this happens. And I made one phone call to Dr. Selva Kumar, and he said, come in the evening. He said, come at 6:30. Don't come earlier because I'm too busy. So I got there. He said, what's the issue? And he made a phone call, and I had another colleague, and it got done the same day, by the way, right? And we had just had a cup of coffee, and job was done. So the point really I'm trying to make in as far as investment and why Bangalore or why Karnataka is I think it's so proactive. And to me, that is very, very important because unless the government supports the system, it's just not going to work. So and I think I truly appreciate that. We feel good about it. And that's another great reason why I'm here. And apart from, why wouldn't I be here? So, thank you.
Okay, for me personally, this is my motherland. So this is the first thing makes me to be committed to this place. And then also I think I'm a firm believer, like what I said in the past, that actually this is the place where an entrepreneur or a business requirements in technology area, the fulfillment is there with respect to skills, with respect to actually the government thinking, because the best part is in this place, the government thinks like a technical people wherever we meet. This is what is the most important connect. If they don't get connected to that, then they appreciate less. So once they get connected, it's easy for the whatever that they need to do much more than actually they will really deliver. And the third and most important thing for me is here, the best part is scalability as an environment. Everybody in this place is an innovative guy. You go to the lowest of the lowest operator level. In fact, actually the major difference between China and India, and especially in Bangalore when I see is, the persons, everybody is able to read English. So the documentation goes up to the lowest level without any change or documentation, any of the language change. Second thing is, everybody wants to make sure that actually this is well understood before doing the job. And if these two characteristics are there, you can be really creating a very good level of a skill sets converted into an opportunity to really give a reliable solutions. So this is where Bangalore makes a difference and Karnataka makes a difference in terms of actually competencies at the exact last touch area. In fact, this is where the differentiation that I would urge everybody to take the benefit of the scalability with that kind of a capability is what makes us actually different as a Bangalore. So as an entrepreneur, I really believe that actually this is an area of absolute solution providing in a bigger way to the entire globe in this segment of aerospace defense, where actually the quality matters to the last touch. This is a quality-driven the expectations. There is nothing wrong can go in this because it is to deal with the life of the people. So basically, this is a differentiation that the Karnataka Bangalore capability brings, and that is what, as entrepreneurs, I feel all of us who are sitting here are enjoying that particular capability of skills which has come over decades. It's not just happened over the just 2 years. I have put, of course, all of us have got institutions to build, but that particular, the alignment factor at the lowest level is very high. This is where we are able to be successful. The one point that I just want to make sure is actually, personally, I tell you, I started my JV when I got married, because I married a girl from Gujarat grown, but locally, so basically she is from Gujarat. So it basically makes me much more, actually learn much more things which is beyond Bangalore, because I'll tell you why. The Bangalore is a place where we give solutions. But do we really know how to do the business in the global area commercially? Maybe we need to learn a bit. This is a fact. So basically, I think we can do much better jobs by really learning beyond Bangalore on the many of the business parameters that we really have to deal with. So this is the journey of learning. So I'm sure that I'm very happy and then excellent place. And last point, sir, for you. I think actually government, irrespective of which government stays, which party, etc. Here is a place where I have seen, at least from last 27, 28 years, irrespective of the government, there is a technical orientation to build business and technology and innovation in this place as a natural process in the government processes. This is what makes me actually very, very different when you compare to other state governments in terms of actually you need to really sell it. Here, you need to really put it across to get an opinion. This is where the difference is. Thank you very much for that, sir.
Yes, and I'd like to, with that, thank all our friends up here, the dignitaries on the dais. I'd like to thank all our friends in the audience, and most importantly, all our friends in government. Thank you very much. This is One Bangalore. Thanks all.
We are deeply grateful to Mr. Udayan Toby Malhotra for his exceptional moderation of the panel discussion on investment opportunities in Karnataka's aerospace and defense sector. We also extend our sincere appreciation to all our distinguished panelists for their enlightening perspectives and valuable insights shared during today's seminar. With profound gratitude to our esteemed guest speakers and participants, we bring this seminar on investment opportunities in Karnataka aerospace and defense sector to a close. To present word of thanks, may I now invite on stage our Deputy Director, Mrs. Santosh.
Good afternoon, everyone. As we come to the close of this very informative session on investment opportunities in the state for aerospace and defense sector, I would express my heartfelt gratitude to all our esteemed guests and participants present here today. A special thanks to our Principal Secretary, Dr. Selvakumar sir, for his continued efforts in fostering a thriving industrial ecosystem in this state for the aerospace and defense sector. And a big thanks to all our distinguished panelists, Sri Apparao Mallavarappu from Sanctum, to Sri Chandrasekhar HG, founder and MD from Sasmos, to Sri P. Balaji from Air India, to Bilu Krishnamurthy from Collins, India, and to Ms. Anandita Kaushik from Cyril. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks to our
And
Deputy
our-
Director, Santosh sir. Continue.
And special thanks to Udyant Tony Malhotra for moderating such a wonderful session. Thank you one and all.
Thanks to our Deputy Director, Sri Santosh ji. I also request our government officials to please hand over a token of gratitude to all the panelists and moderator on stage. May I now request our Principal Secretary to Government, Dr. S. Selvakumar, IAS sir, and also Mr. Anshul Gupta on stage, please. We hope the discussion and insights shared today will pave the way for future collaborations and growth. This is your host, Anusha Lakkana, bidding you adieu. This was an absolute pleasure to be your host for today's prestigious seminar. Until we meet again, I wish you all the very best. Jai Hind and thank you.
But yes, but that is, I hope that will help us a lot.